They say it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a multitude of individuals to build a nation. While Sir Stamford Raffles is widely celebrated as the founding father of modern Singapore, his journey was paved by individuals whose contributions often go unnoticed. Today we're taking a detour from the well-trodden path to unveil the untold stories, struggles, and sacrifices made by the unsung heroes and heroines of our nation's early years. Join us as we shine a light on Singapore's founding fathers, the lesser-known pioneers who, alongside Sir Stamford Raffles, laid the very foundation of our beloved Singapore. Welcome to the first episode of our series. We start by exploring the question, who exactly were the founding fathers of Singapore? As many would argue, it all started with the arrival of Sir Stamford Raffles on January 29, 1819. However, this narrative overlooks the rich tapestry of individuals who converged on these shores before and after this date, each playing a pivotal role in shaping Singapore's destiny. Before Raffles' arrival, Singapore was not uninhabited. The island was home to indigenous communities, primarily the Malays, who had established a significant presence here. These early inhabitants, along with other ethnic groups such as the Javanese and Sumatrans, had built a vibrant society rooted in trade and cultural exchange. In fact, records indicate that the Malay kingdom of Johor had laid claim to Singapore as early as the 14th century. These historical facts challenged the common misconception that Singapore was a barren, unclaimed territory when Raffles arrived. Rather, it was a dynamic and populated region ready to embrace the changes that would transform it forever. But what prompted Raffles to choose Singapore as the site for his ambitious project? To understand this, we must delve into the political climate of the time. During the early 19th century, the British East India Company was on the decline, having lost its monopoly on trade in China and other parts of Asia. As the company's influence waned, it sought new opportunities for trade expansion. Enter Singapore, an island strategically located at the crossroads of major trading routes. Its natural harbour and bustling local economy made it an ideal candidate for the establishment of a new trading post. However, the decision to establish a British trading post in Singapore was not solely based on economic considerations. There was also a strategic element at play. The British were engaged in a broader geopolitical struggle with the Dutch, who had a strong presence in the region. By setting up a base in Singapore, the British could effectively counter the Dutch influence and secure their dominance in Southeast Asia. Moreover, this move would serve as a precautionary measure against the growing power of the Dutch East India Company, which still posed a potential threat to British interests in the area. Upon his arrival, however, Raffles found that while Singapore was indeed a bustling hub of activity, it was far from being an uninhabited island. The presence of established communities, particularly the Malays, presented both opportunities and challenges. Raffles' vision for Singapore involved transforming it into a cosmopolitan city that would attract traders and settlers from all over the world. He recognized the value of the existing Malay population, seeing them not only as residents but as potential contributors to his grand plan. At the same time, he also understood the complexities of governing a diverse population and maintaining harmony among the various ethnic groups. This delicate balancing act would become a defining challenge during the early years of modern Singapore. As the wheels of change began turning, the existing communities had to navigate a new reality, adapting to the influx of foreign settlers and the evolving social dynamics that followed. Raffles' vision for Singapore was nothing short of audacious. He envisioned it as a hub of international trade, a beacon of justice and opportunity in a region marked by colonialism and exploitation. This dream was not merely about establishing a trading post. It was about creating a society that would attract the best and brightest from around the world, a society where diversity would be celebrated and equal opportunity would be championed. To realize this vision, Raffles needed to lay the very foundations of a new society, a task that would require more than just imperial ambition. He understood that building a thriving and equitable society would demand meticulous planning and steadfast commitment. His efforts were focused on creating a legal and economic framework that would protect the rights of all residents and encourage investment and trade. This meant introducing concepts of due process, establishing fair and transparent systems of taxation and regulation, and fostering an environment that welcomed foreign investment while safeguarding the interests of local communities. One of Raffles' most significant contributions was the introduction of English as the official language of Singapore. This decision aimed to create a common language that transcended ethnic and cultural boundaries, fostering communication and understanding among the diverse populace. Furthermore, Raffles recognized the importance of education in shaping the future of Singapore. He understood that to build a society that was not just commercially successful, but also socially cohesive, there had to be a focus on quality education accessible to all. His efforts laid the groundwork for the establishment of schools that would cater to the children of the various communities, providing them with the tools to succeed in an increasingly globalized world. Despite these progressive measures, Raffles' vision for Singapore was not without its critics. Many questioned the wisdom of investing resources in a small island colony, dismissing it as an impractical and costly endeavor. Furthermore, the decision to attract settlers from various parts of the world raised concerns about the potential strain on resources and the risk of social unrest. Critics argued that such a diverse population could lead to cultural clashes and instability, rather than the harmonious society that Raffles envisioned. Despite these doubts, Raffles remained steadfast in his commitment to his vision for Singapore. He saw beyond the challenges and focused on the potential, the untapped resources and the spirit of enterprise that he believed resided in the people he was bringing together. It's important to note that while Raffles' contributions are significant, it was not a solitary effort. Behind every great leader is a network of supporters and collaborators. In Raffles' case, he had individuals who shared his vision and worked tirelessly to turn it into a reality. One such person was John Crawford, a Scottish physician and naturalist who served as the first British resident of Singapore. Crawford played a pivotal role in shaping the early years of the colony, particularly in areas related to health and resource management. Recognizing the importance of public health in the establishment of any settlement, Crawford took immediate steps to address sanitation and disease control. He introduced measures to improve waste disposal, clean water access, and overall living conditions, thereby enhancing the quality of life for the settlers while also making Singapore more attractive as a place to live and work. Furthermore, Crawford's expertise in natural sciences proved invaluable in assessing and utilizing Singapore's resources. He studied the island's flora and fauna, identifying potential sources of income and areas for improvement. His insights into agriculture, forestry, and fisheries helped shape the early economic policies of the colony, laying the foundation for sustainable resource management that would benefit generations to come. In addition to his practical contributions, Crawford was also a keen observer and chronicler of Singapore's early years. He meticulously documented the social, cultural, and environmental aspects of the colony, providing invaluable insights into the challenges and triumphs of those early years. His writings not only served as a first-hand account of Singapore's formative years, but also contributed to shaping the public perception of the colony, both locally and in Britain. Through his detailed descriptions and analysis, Crawford played a part in promoting Singapore as a promising colony, thereby attracting more settlers and resources to the young nation. Another unsung hero of Singapore's early years was Muhammad Sultan, a Malay aristocrat who served as the first Sultan of Singapore. Upon the arrival of Sir Stamford Raffles, Singapore was not immediately placed under the direct rule of the British East India Company. Instead, Raffles recognized the value of establishing diplomatic ties with the existing leadership to ensure a smoother transition and cooperation in governing the island. This is where Muhammad Sultan's role became pivotal. As the first Sultan of Singapore, Muhammad Sultan represented the continuity of Malay leadership in the face of these significant changes. His position symbolized the respect and recognition given to the indigenous communities by Raffles and the British authorities. By accepting the Sultanate, Raffles affirmed the cultural and historical significance of the Malays in Singapore, thereby fostering a sense of trust and collaboration. Throughout his tenure, Muhammad Sultan played a crucial role in mediating between the British authorities and the local Malay population. He acted as a cultural ambassador, helping the British understand the customs, traditions, and concerns of the Malays. thereby ensuring that policies were implemented in a manner sensitive to the local culture. This role was particularly important during a time when Singapore was rapidly changing, not only in terms of its political structure, but also its social and cultural dynamics. Moreover, the Sultan's acceptance of British overtures opened the door for greater trade and economic opportunities. Under his leadership, Singapore flourished as a trading hub, attracting merchants from all over Asia. This economic prosperity not only benefited the Malay community, but also the wider population of Singapore, establishing the foundation for the island's future economic success. In conclusion, while Singapore's founding is often attributed to Sir Stamford Raffles, a closer examination reveals a more nuanced and inclusive narrative. From the indigenous communities who had called the island home for generations to the pioneering settlers from various parts of Asia, each group contributed to the rich tapestry of Singapore's history. Figures like Muhammad Sultan and John Crawford played pivotal roles behind the scenes, ensuring the smooth integration of different cultures and the sustainable development of the colony. Their efforts are a testament to the collaborative nature of nation-building. Singapore's story is not just about one man's vision, but about the collective aspirations and contributions of many, and it's these unsung heroes and heroines whose legacies truly deserve to be celebrated. We hope you enjoyed this inaugural episode of our series on Singapore's founding fathers. If so, please don't forget to subscribe to be notified about our upcoming episodes. Your support allows us to continue sharing these fascinating stories. Thank you for watching. See you next time.